Here are 5 things you want to avoid when it comes to your TSP if you want to retire on time with confidence. Number 1, the lifetime income annuity without the cash refund option. If you have the lifetime income annuity option, the reason why people do it is because it allows you to have income for the rest of your life, right? It sounds really good, right? And if you look at your TSP statement, that little blue box on the side with the number in it, that's what you will get if you were to sign up for the lifetime income annuity option. Here's the issue with that. If you select that option, you have to pay for the cash refund option. Again, pay for it means that money that's coming out is less because you have the cash refund option, right? But if you don't have it, the problem is when you pass, the money that's left over from your TSP doesn't go to your family, right? That money goes right back to MetLife, who's the one that owns the lifetime income annuity for the TSP, right? That money will go to them. And I've seen that happen on 2 occasions, right? And so you want to avoid that because you want your family to be able to have the wealth that you created, not MetLife. Number 2, the investment options within the TSP are limited, right? Let me tell you how that works, right? Within the TSP, you have 5 individual funds. You got your G fund, that's government bonds. You got your F fund, that's corporate bonds, right? Those are the only 2 safe funds, right? Then you have your equity funds. That's the C fund, which is an index that tracks the S&P 500. That's your Googles, your Microsofts, your Apples, your Amazon. Those are all in the C fund, right? Then you have your S fund, which is small cap funds. Then you have your I fund, which is international funds, right? And so those are the 5 funds that your TSP makes up, right? And so you might say, well, we have the life cycle funds and things like that, right? Yeah, you have the life cycle funds, but within the life cycle funds is those 5 funds I just mentioned, right? And so when it comes to your thrift savings plan, the reason why a lot of people, when they get close to retirement, they roll money out is because they're looking for more investment options, right? To allow you to have the consistent growth that I'm always talking about. Like, it's kind of hard to get that within the TSP. And so that's why when it comes to the TSP, one of the knocks on TSP is the limited investment options. Number 3, the G fund is technically the only safe one. Here's why I say technically, because you have the G and the F fund, right? And those funds are considered safe. But if you look at the F fund in the last 2 years, the F fund has been negative, right? The reason why it's been negative is because the F fund is corporate bonds. The way interest rates are right now, companies really can't lend a lot of money, right? Because they owe a lot of money due to high interest rates, right? So the F fund has been negative, even though it's not normally negative, right? So that one's not safe. You could throw that out the window. But the G fund, most people run to the G fund because it's like, okay, government bonds, you know, I'm never going to lose money. I might not have a high rate of return, but I'll still have safety in my account. But here's what you're missing, right? Inflation. Inflation over the last 100 years is at 3.27%. And if you're like me, I want my money to grow with the cost of things, right? And so the thing about inflation is you always want to be beating inflation. And the G fund, though it's quote unquote safe, it does not allow you to do that, right? Number 4. You can only contribute to TSP if you're working. When you retire, you can no longer contribute to TSP. I get clients all the time who are going through our TSP finish line process, and we're making sure we're putting their money in different buckets. And one of the first questions they ask is, well, Mr. Smith, now that I'm retired, can I still add to my TSP? And I always tell them, like, no, this is the reason why we're opening up this outside IRA for you, because you could put money into that. Because once you leave the government, you can no longer add money to your thrift savings plan. That can be a problem because say you go out and you have a contracting gig like a lot of people get, or you're doing some other thing to earn money, right? You still want to be able to put money aside, right? And you can't do that with your thrift savings. But if you have an outside IRA, you can. And that's why a lot of people roll money into IRAs, because it gives them more flexibility. Number 5. You can only withdraw money once a month from your TSP, right? You can only do 1 transaction a month. Can you imagine that? You worked your whole life, you got $1 million sitting in your TSP, and you could only touch it 1 time per month. That's a big time hardship for a lot of people, right? And so again, this is why when we're going through our TSP finish line process and we're making sure we're putting your money in different buckets, we put your money into a separate IRA, because with the IRA, you can access the money at your leisure, right? If you need it, you can get it. You earn the money, you should be able to touch it as much as you want. All right, so those are the 5 tips to take your TSP from being horrible to something that you can benefit from. So here's what you do. If you want to book a time with our team, we'll go over your individual situation. Go to fedlegacycall.com. We'll take you through our TSP finish line process. Also, subscribe for more videos like this, because we're going to keep them coming. If you know anybody that's just like you, here's what I need you to do. Share this video with them, and we'll see you on the next video.